Sovereign citizen group visits court. This should go well.
Good day. I wanted to come down to find out when exactly David Bay's court date would be, and is it?
You have to go to the clerk's office for that. Is
Clerk's
anybody
office?
here a victim?
Nope, just my brother. But this is the state's attorney's office, right? Okay, then I have to give you also an official notice.
No, I don't take anything like that.
No,
You
ma'am.
don't?
Where's the state attorney?
Let me get the investigator.
Okay, thank you.
Oh no.
Where are you from?
Videotapes.
Bears Law.
Bears Law and Forensic Science Team.
Somebody's here. They want to give us some kind of papers.
I think these are the guys that someone sent me. Yes, it is. Oh no. Well, I guess we get to see what these guys are up to.
You need to download an app. Bears Law and Forensic Science Team? No, from them to us. Okay, thank you. Have a seat. Somebody right with you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Someone videotape when they come too, because we need good
Oh, hello.
evidence of them obstructing
Hello.
and non-compliance. Okay.
We're here in the state's attorney's office, and we're actually going to let them. We're going to put them on notice that we are looking to see when David Bay's court date is. I believe it's in November. The same judge said it or something like that, and then we'll move from there. But we want to let them know that today.
Hi, what
if
about
the
Bob?
state
Welcome
picks
to
up
the
the
stream.
charges, it's against the law. It will constitute a criminal act and move, and we will go ahead and file a 1099 a commercial lien, an affidavit of truth, a statement of facts, a bill of lading, a bill of attainder, and the state prosecutor is very likely to end up with no 401k and a prison sentence for retirement. So we'll get to see what happens, but no.
Yeah, I bet you're gonna get the prosecutor put in jail for charging someone probably for committing a crime.
No matter what, today, Title 18 U.S.C. 2381 and Canon number 7, they might want to uphold and honor, because if they don't, the state prosecutor can go to prison for sedition, racketeering, and capital felony treason. And I don't mind putting judicial officials in prison.
Treason. Treason has an incredibly high bar. In order to meet the standard for treason, you basically have to be caught conspiring against the country, usually with another country. That's why the sentence can be death.
Prison. Bears Law and Forensic Science Team. Peace.
All right, here, Tom. We're going to present the state attorney with a W-9 tax form. They are a for-profit and gain corporation.
That's not what profit means. Taxes aren't profits. They're funds that go towards the government to pay out services, right? Showing someone a tax form and then saying, the government's for profit, that's not going to do anything. That's not what taxes are.
As of now, right, they are unlawfully and maliciously prosecuting David Bays. So we're going to go ahead and present them with a W-9 tax form. And if they
The Thrash Mio with 100 bits says, since they're already forming groups, there needs to be a sovereign convention. 10 out of 10 would go.
refuse to fill this out, we'll go ahead and fill out a 3949A suspicious activity form along with a FinCEN 101 to the IRS and the Treasury detailing misappropriation of public funds, embezzlement, obstruction, and noncompliance with Title 26/26 CFR.
All these words mean things in specific contexts. In this context, basically, if what they're saying were true, it would mean the specific prosecutor who has prosecuted whoever's brother would literally have to be siphoning funds from tax dollars into their personal account somehow. And even then, that wouldn't be treason. That would be a different crime. That would be embezzle. I don't even know if that would be embezzlement. Is it embezzlement if you're stealing taxes? What was Hamilton accused of? I forget. It's that. It's when a government official tries to embezzle funds.
Where's the rest of the team?
They also want to charge us to be able to speak with my brother. They want to charge me to put money in his canteen. This is capital felony treason. And today,
Oh, this is even stupider. Okay.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Thank you to Daddy Sume for 5 bits, says they look sketchy. Yes, they do. So what he just said is, they're trying to charge me money to put money in my brother's canteen. This is treason. What that means is the brother's been arrested for something. Possibly awaiting trial, maybe he's convicted, I don't know. Either way, he's in jail, or in prison if he's been convicted and he's there longer than a year. And what there is, basically, at prisons, most prisons will have an area where, as a prisoner, you can go and buy basic products. Maybe some toothpaste, a toothbrush, some soap, whatever. They call this, like, and you can get money from your family put into your account so you can buy these things. Personally, I think this is pretty fucked up in the first place. I think if you are housing prisoners, you have a right to, or you have a responsibility, rather, to provide to them basics like toothpaste and stuff, but prisons do operate this way sometimes, and you have to buy your own stuff like that. And he is saying, because the county forces families to put money into their canteen account in order to buy things at the prison, this is somehow tantamount to treason. It is not. That's not what treason means. Treason would mean, like, if someone, like, let's say someone defected from the US during the Cold War, and they were a nuclear scientist, and they took a bunch of secrets and went to the USSR with them, and gave them to them. That would be treason, right? It's effectively taking state secrets or some knowledge and conspiring with a foreign government to hurt the US. Like, this has nothing to do with what they're talking about.
that's going to stop all the way across the country. So I want you to know that Bears Law Forensic Science Team will probably be some of the people that added to that. There's going to be no more paying to put money on the books. There's going to be no more charging me through little cameras not to see my counsel and not to let me speak to them face to face, because that's going to constitute criminal damages, sedition, racketeering, capital felony, treason. And then we will definitely submit a bill of attainder, a bill of lading, a commercial lien, a statement of facts, and an affidavit of truth. Puts judicial officials in prison when they violate their oath of office in the canon number 7, Title 18 U.S.C. 2381. So today, we're going to have to make sure that that doesn't take place, because any forfeiture or violation or deprivation of his rights is going to constitute recourse for remedy damages, and we will seek remedy for the recourse done by the state. The state has no jurisdiction or authority to pick up the charges against David Ray Bays, and in the event that they do, someone's ass is going to prison. Pick a judge, pick a state attorney, pick a judicial official, because you have no immunity. Please, make my day. I don't mind.
And please, pick a color for your jumpsuit.
Orange or brown, I believe those are the colors they offer today for treasonous and racketeering.
This is Exhibit A in my presentation of confidence is different than competence.
And stuff like that. Oh, blue, okay. Well, whatever the colors are. I'm not familiarized because I'm not going to be in those, but I know a bunch of people that are. So those that don't comprehend or don't understand, it's okay. We're out here in the field making the difference, while some of you computer heroes are sitting around talking shit. We're out here walking through the shit, changing shit. So, oh yeah, to all the militias of
And by changing shit, he means taking up valuable court time with nonsense.
bike groups and stuff that won't show.
And again, I agree. Charging prisoners for that shit is ridiculous, and it's stupid. But if you want to get that changed, then file a lawsuit, a real one, with a lawyer, or try and lobby your legislators to make laws that ban things like that. It's fine. Wasting the court's time is not going to endear them to your cause.
Go up to help, you're a bunch of cowards. I just want you to know that. And to all the bike groups and militias that did help, thank you, and God bless you guys. We're just waiting on these people to show up. They're supposed to be sending down a legal analyst to deal with us, the state attorney's office, because they don't know how. Real easy, we're talking from home, it's easy.
Somebody need to get some papers here or what?
Yes, my name is Ronnie Davis, law firm 616. Thank you, sir.
Are you Nathan?
Actually, I am the counsel of Hudson. I am, the state's picking up the charges on my brother, they don't have to.
We need the state's attorney, the
We
employment
let the judge know
identification
the
number of
state's
the
attorney.
W-9
Goes down to
tax.
Clearwater, doesn't come here.
Oh, is the state attorney here?
Main office is in Clearwater.
Oh, okay, and is, do they have a boss there that we were supposed to speak to, sir? Because I gotta have a list of names
Did they not even come to the right building? What a crack team.
of all the people that sent me someplace else, because I'm submitting a commercial lien, a bill of attainder, a bill of lading, and a...
Are you a licensed attorney here?
No such thing, sir.
So you're not an attorney?
Are you a licensed attorney? No such thing. So that's a no then. Okay. Okay.
No, sir, and I don't, I got one left.
This is like a character from Parks and Recreation. It doesn't seem real.
One judge, I
legitimate
got
law
one,
enforcement.
I got one judge in prison already, because I don't...
Excuse me?
We're legitimate law enforcement officers.
They're
Are
legit.
you certified by the state?
We don't have to. be,
You're not
sir.
legit.
Actually,
We're
sir, I
legitimate.
got one judge in
Right there.
prison. There's 11 judges
By
in
who?
prison. Are
By
you
who?
recording this? I strongly
Yes,
suggest
by
that we
the
keep all
common law.
this...
By the common law of what?
By the
That's right.
common law
You're
of
not,
America.
I don't recognize that. You're not a law enforcement
Your
officer.
name is, sir?
Okay,
Your
we'll
your name
see
is?
about that.
Your name is?
You need to deal with Clearwater.
What?
Everything is down in Clearwater.
I got you. What's your name, sir?
Last name is Becker. B-A-R-R-Y.
All right, thank you
Oh,
for
you
your
need to know.
professionalism. I
Have-
appreciate
have a
that,
good
sir.
day.
You have a good day,
Down
too.
Clearwater.
You ready, guys?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
As a for-profit corporation, you have no jurisdiction and no legitimacy. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Schwer versus the Board of Bar Examiners.
Okay, we got it.
The thing I don't get is if the federal government were a for-profit corporation, which it is not, it would be the worst for-profit corporation in the history of the world. Like, the United States runs at a deficit constantly, which is fine for a government, because the government is there to provide services, not to make a profit. But that's the issue, isn't it? When you start defining things as things they're not, they don't fit very well into those categories.
Now we go to Clearwater and we submit another bill of attainder, a commercial lien, and a bill of anything that we can.
Name collecting here.
Elevator's right here.
Yeah, let's
The
just-
clerk of court? The clerk of court's in the building, right?
Yeah.
The clerk of court is in the building.
That's the last
Downstairs around the corner.
Yeah.
Isn't that where we went before?
Then that's where we'll go.
Yeah, that's where we have to get the EIN for the clerk.
That's where we'll go.
Why did he have a pistol? I assume he's a cop. Or a sheriff.
You're not very smart people. There's no such thing as a bar license. No, I'm glad he gave us his name. Now he gets a bill.
Yep.
I'm sure that'll go well for you.
Idiocy knows no bounds.
Idiocracy.
This is self-parody.
That's what it is.
Thanks for all that.
I'd watch a whole show of these guys blundering their way through the legal system.
You know, you saw him, right? He was shaking.
Yeah, he was trimming.
He said he was scared.
He said, I can't see you as a.
Main lobby and X is
I could say the same thing back to him. Well, I don't see you as one either. Right? I don't care what it says I am. I don't care what you do.
Exactly.
Paperwork is the law.
This is where it was last time. Criminal.
Yep. That's where we came.
Clerk of courts.
Like, I've never been so confident about anything in my life as much as these guys are that they're doing the right thing. And they couldn't be more wrong. It's so bizarre to me.
We got a video. That's good enough. The clerk of courts for Pasco County is about to get a 3949A suspicious activity form along with a FinCEN 101 to the IRS and the Treasury. You know, he's obligated under the law to hire or get elected lawful judges, not bankers. Okay? As a for-profit and gain corporation, this building has no legitimacy, no jurisdiction. They have nothing. They're not even supposed to be doing this.
And bringing commerce into a court of record is capital felony treason and violates your oath of office under Title 18 U.S.C. 2381 and Canon number 7.
All courts in the United States are courts of record, for the record. There used to be a distinction, but there isn't anymore. All courts in the United States are courts of record.
Therefore, you're no longer immune. When you give away your immunity, you're punishable like any other criminal. Today, that's happening with a bill of lading, a bill of attainder, a commercial lien, a statement of facts, and an affidavit of truth that does carry weight. There's no such thing as a law license under Title 17 U.S.C. 28 Schwer versus the Board of Bar Examiners 353 U.S. 238, 239, 252, 353. When you listen to these capital felony extortionists, treasonists in this building tell you that they're actually engaged in enforcing the law, they're not. They're engaged in enforcing policy. It's not a law enforcement officer, it is a policy enforcement officer. That's why they're called police. It stands for policy.
Let's look up the etymology of police. Comes from the medieval Latin politia, meaning citizenship government, and the English for policy. Yeah. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Most people don't know this. Today, 2 more judges and a state attorney go to prison like the other 11 judges that we got in prison. They keep on telling us, you gotta have a law license. There's no such thing as a law license, dumbass, and that's why you're going to jail.
There is such a thing as a law license. There is. Let's look up law license. Admission to practice law. An admission to practice law is required when a lawyer receives a license to practice law in jurisdiction with 2 types of lawyer, as with barristers and solicitors. Barristers must gain admission to the bar, whereas for solicitors, they are distinct practicing certificates. Becoming a lawyer is a wildly varied process around the world. Common to all jurisdictions are requirements of age and competence. Some jurisdictions also require documentation of citizenship or immigration status. However, the most varied requirements are those surrounding the preparation for the license, whether it includes obtaining a law degree, passing an exam, or serving in an apprenticeship. In English, admission is also called a law license. Basic requirements vary from country to country as described below. In some jurisdictions, after admission, the lawyer needs to maintain a current practicing certificate to be permitted to offer services to the public. Let's see what the United States one is. Regulation of the legal profession is a power reserved to the states pursuant to the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution. The 10th Amendment is the one that says basically any powers not vested to the government, specifically in the Constitution, not that actually. It's basically any powers the federal government has not reserved for itself are reserved for the states. Each state, territory, and District of Columbia has its own rules. Unlike many other countries, U.S. jurisdictions do not license legal practitioners as solicitors and barristers, but all licensed attorneys are qualified to practice as both. All jurisdictions require applicants to pass a moral character evaluation to pass an ethics exam, which some states administer as part of their bar examinations. Most require applications to achieve a particular score on the multi-state professional responsibility examination. So, yeah. Admission to practice law is a thing.
And that's okay. Bears Law Forensic Science team. See you again. Let's get this baby going. don't mind, let's get this banking going on.
Bankers go to prison.
I like it like that.
Like, there is such a law as the unlicensed practice of law. If you pass yourself off as an attorney and start filing a bunch of bullshit, you can get in trouble for that. Of course, as long as you file pro se, you can make motions to the court on behalf of yourself. But if you start making motions and filing paperwork on behalf of someone else in the court, that's illegal. You can represent yourself pro se. You can't represent someone else without as a non-lawyer. That's not how it works.
They're just gonna file an employment notification. They're not gonna be able to send it to you.
That's exactly what happened. Holy shit. Let's take a look. Sovereign citizens face unlawful practice of law charge in Florida. Called that shit. In a rare criminal filing, an anti-government sovereign citizen in Florida faces a felony charge of unlawful practice of law, pretending to be an attorney in a court of law by representing parents whose children were taken away from them by state authorities. Jouster's in with 1 bit. Hi, Hannah. Just got here. How are you? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Ronnie Lee Davis, who heads a cult-like sovereign group called Bears Law and Forensic Science, advertised that his operation offered the golden ticket to help parents whose children are removed from their homes for neglect or abuse by Child Protective Services. Hold on, I gotta text Baja something. I called this shit. Fuck yeah. He provided those services to clients within at least 2 states. Ooh, that might become a federal matter. Idaho and Florida before he was named in a warrant issued earlier this year in Pasco County, Florida, charging him with unlawful practice of law there. We at the Bears Law and Forensic Team comprehend the law and the plight of the parents who have lost their children, Davis's advertisement. I do. Thank you. The new unlawful practice of law charge in Florida was filed when Davis, 49, was in jail on separately filed charges of armed kidnap. What? The new unlawful practice of law charge in Florida was filed while Davis, 49, was in jail on a separately filed charge of armed kidnapping and false imprisonment related to allegations he kidnapped a Texas woman who visited his group's compound near Polk City, Florida. He lives and provides his legal services from that facility with other members of his forensic team who haven't been charged at this point. What? He kidnapped a woman? What? In a plea deal last month, Davis pleaded guilty to lesser charges of battery and possession of a firearm. Thank you so much. Hello. This sovereign citizen kidnapped a woman.
Oh.
I love you too. Because he hasn't been formally arraigned yet on the unlawful practice of law charge, the details in the formal charging documents aren't yet public record. However, Hate Watch learned of the new felony charge after Florida Circuit Judge Lynn Temper filed a formal complaint with the Florida Bar, contending Davis had represented himself as an attorney to her and a client in courtroom proceeding. Yikerinos. A copy of that judge's complaint, subsequently obtained under Florida's public record laws, says Davis appeared by phone before the court on May 26th and participated in the hearing as the attorney representing the mother. Yeah, that's illegal. You cannot present yourself as a lawyer to the court if you do not have a accreditation from the bar. Can't do that shit. And of course, each state, even if you pass the bar exam, you still have to apply with the state's particular requirements. Some of them I know require, like, a recommendation from someone who's already passed the bar that you've known for at least a year. Different jurisdictions require different things to enter as a lawyer within their court systems. I'm surprised, frankly, he even was able to appear before a judge.
Gotta love it.
So this dude is a kidnapper and is now in prison for both the unlawful practice of law and kidnapping.
Well, at least they tell the truth about themselves. It says criminal.
They are just that. They are, in fact, criminal.
Takes one to know one.
And you could be a criminal with a smile on your face, and at the end of the day, you're still a criminal.
Yes. You can wear 10 badges on your chest. If you're not honoring that oath of office, you're just another maggot with 10 on his chest.
Talk all polite,
There's nothing
and
funny
kind,
about the
and
tools of
I mentioned one in the courthouse.
hospitality.
Daddy Sue me with
Get a shot
5
of that,
bits. Maybe
right
not.
there,
When
Tom.
is this video
Child
from?
support.
This is from 2017 is when it was uploaded. I'm not sure if it
Oh, yeah,
was
child support.
taking place in
Hey, you're
2017
talking about
though.
that thing that's unlawful and illegal?
You should point to child support, and then you should point right over to criminal. Because that's what child
Yep.
support is.
Right in the line. Child support, criminal.
Okay, that's because this is the desk that deals with criminal law. There's one over there you see that says civil. There's criminal and civil law, but there's also family law, which is why there's also a desk for that. If you were a lawyer, you'd probably know these things.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's where we're supposed to be.
Snack bar?
Yeah. That's what happens when we go to court.
We eat these judges
That's
like a
right.
snack.
I've never really seen a snack bar inside.
Gotta love it.
Any way they can make money. Any way they can make money.
Gotta love it.
Dude, people work in the courthouse, or whatever building this happens to be that they're dealing with legal matters. Like, there's snack machines there because people are there all day and they want to get something to eat on the go. I very much doubt, well, I don't know. I guess I don't know if the courthouse takes a cut from whatever vending company is allowed to have vending machines there. But regardless, like, it's not some scam. It's not like they're like, ahaha, they think this courthouse is here to do the law, but really it's a vending machine scam. No, it's just because people want to get snacks real quick. Come on.
They should just have a big sign outside saying Bank of Pasco County.
Actually,
Think about the verbiage. Poly tick. Poly, more than one, tick, blood-sucking parasite.
That's not where the word politics comes from, though, my friend. You don't get to make up your own etymologies.
A Congress, a group of monkeys.
yep.
A Congress.
Yeah, I've told a couple people, they're like, what are you saying?
It's because people in America don't speak English. You speak moron.
Ain't it the truth? You know, if you have to be here because they call you here for whatever reason, they should feed you at least.
Right?
I mean, not the food that they do in
They
jail,
come
but
with bill
like,
every
Juries do get usually either a stipend for lunch or they will send out for lunch, and you can like, we'll pay for your meal up to $5 or $10 or whatever from a local restaurant. Like, that is a thing. If you're there because you've had a summons, no, that's just how the court works. I'm sorry.
Every time I have to show up here, they get a bill and I get paid.
yeah, but they should
Every time
feed
I
us
have to
too,
show
though.
up here, they get a
Technically they
bill.
are, just not immediately.
Does anybody know who's the clerk of court of this county?
Huh?
The clerk of court.
Oh, I don't know. But I like that though.
Captain
Notice
Rachel
all
says that depends on the
transactions
area. When I
monitored
served
by
jury
video
duty, I got a daily stipend, but it wasn't much and didn't
Yeah.
include any money for
Isn't
lunch.
that amazing?
My county's okay in terms of how much you get. You get an amount based on mileage traveled to the courthouse, and then I want to say it's like a little. It when I was there, at least it equaled out to about minimum wage. Like, it's not great, but I do this for a living anyway, so it's not like I got a ton going on during the day. It's fine. I can just come home and do, like, YouTube or whatever. So it didn't really fuck me up, but I'm not a
There's
big
nothing
fan of
funny
doing
about
it.
the tools of capitalism.
Feminist Critique Pod says local county court gives you $25 for the entire day and an 8-ounce soda
they got
and
another one just to
Nutri-Grain
be sure you
bars.
didn't miss the first one.
Yeah, it's gonna depend based on where you are and what kind of court it is, I'd imagine.
This is for Dade City and Newport Richey.
Hmm.
This over here, is that in Pasco County?
No. Well, Port Richey is in Pasco. Well, actually, they probably all are in Pasco. But
Okay, it says Office of Paula O'Neill. So I'm
Okay.
thinking that's the public court.
Call anybody that extorts you.
call an extortionist today.
This is Extortion Central Station. Get paid.
The Joe Exotic of legal defense is a perfect way to describe him. I'm stealing that for the title to this video, I swear.
And Marquis.
It's really sad. They're all looking at these young little attorneys and young criminals.
The sign shouldn't say notice, it should say beware.
Right. Well, no, they are noticing you.
And we have it on video. There's no threat.
It wasn't no threat. That was a notice.
I don't wish to be recorded, of course, because your punk ass is going to.
I was recording in the back of her head.
She was like, I'm not the state attorney for this, and she ran off.
Hey, we don't need her face.
Quickly jumped out of that case.
Yes,
quickly.
she did.
Quickly jumped off of that case. Saw that career going straight to a prison cell.
Yep.
Run back and try to pawn it off on somebody else as quick as possible.
The question I have, and I'm curious what you
I'm
guys
busy.
think.
What happened? I'm
Thank you,
going to
Vulcan
be getting
Princess.
sick.
Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah.
Does this guy buy his own bullshit?
Uh-huh.
Or does he think he can just get away with scamming people?
You know, that really looked way too much like...
I think he buys his own bullshit. But I could be wrong.
Picture of that base seal right there that says, "Hand God, Hold Trust."
Wonder which god they're speaking of.
Well, with the Eye of Horus right there.
Yeah, it should say, Satan,
You love that.
we beg.
It's got Baal, Gilgamesh, and Molech all in one.
Yeah.
And then it says-
Gilgamesh!
Which guy?
Yeah, that's what I said. Which god are we speaking of?
They have it. They have that seal on your pamphlets too.
Oh yeah, yeah, right
Rights
there.
and duties of tenants and landlords. Really? The rights and duties of tenants and landlords. I'll be happy to sue the owner of that brochure for false advertising.
Grab the right
Please, sue whoever printed that brochure.
over there. If they have a
Well, it's always got information.
yeah, like publisher. Yeah, it's from the office. Yep. Right.
That's from the Florida Bar Association. Uh-huh.
The Florida extortion
See what the-
situation.
Gilgamesh was a king. In like one of the oldest,
I was just funny. It's just
if
like,
not, I think it's the oldest surviving story that we know. The story of Gilgamesh and Enkidu. I remember it because of the episode of Star Trek where Picard talks to Darmok, or no, not Darmok. Darmok's one of the names of the heroes of the other alien. It's the one where they're on the planet. I think the episode title is Darmok.
Didn't know where to
And
go.
it's a culture that speaks entirely in like myths and legends, so he uses like he shares the legend of Gilgamesh with the guy.
She ran off that case. She basically threw that case at the judge and hit him in the face.
I'm gonna turn my radio back.
Darmak and Gilad at Tanagra.
Peter and
Yeah.
everybody else are separated from us. Skeeter and Courtney Hardy outside. Okay.
Legal guide for new adults. Really?
New adults.
You should get one of each one.
She
How to
did.
avoid being a victim of auto repair and service station gimmicks. Really? Awesome.
Look, and how to find a liar.
Look, how to find a
liar.
Oh my
liar.
god, I just
Liar.
found a whole bunch
love
of them.
You can't
How to
forget this
find a
one
liar.
too.
Oh, I love this extortion racket. This is going to make us bucks. All day long, they're gonna hand us money for free, violating that oath of office. I like that. I like that.
You just take the AW out of lawyer and it says LA.
Liar.
I gotta get to when they're talking to someone else.
He was going to say that. I knew that.
I'll do the forensics on this one myself. I'm gonna enjoy this.
That's us.
This should go well.
I'm Ronnie Davis from Bears Law Forensic Science Team. I was told to come down to this office in order to give you guys this right here. Now, I don't know that you'd accept it. It's on David Ray Bays' case. The state's picking up the charges, so we are going to submit a bill on it because it's unlawful and illegal for the state to pick up charges. So we are going to send them a bill.
They had identity. Hold on, let me look. Shaka, when the walls fell. Captain's log, stardate 4547.2. The Enterprise is en route to the uninhabited El Adrel system. Its location is near the territory occupied by an enigmatic race known as the Children of Tama. What is the guy's name? Dathon was the name of the other Tamarian.
And
Picard and Dathon at El Adrel.
we've already went to the court and spoke with the state attorney and the bailiff in there and told them that we were coming down. They directed us to come down here. Went to the state
That is a
attorney's
good
office.
one.
They directed us to come down here.
That's up there with
So we
like
just
the
wanted to get
inner
names of
light.
everybody
That's one
that
of my
sent us someplace else. That way, when we send in the 1099, a commercial lien, a bill of lading, a bill of attainder, and an affidavit of truth and a statement of facts, I know who's going to prison.
I love you too, Baja Blast.
That's how we do this. So I just wanted to hand you this. I don't know that you can take it. I'm not suggesting.
The clerk of court has to, by law, under Title 26/26 CFR, fill out the employment identification number and give it back to us.
Failure to
Otherwise,
acquiesce
she'll
is
be
violation of
she'll
Title
be looking
18
at
U.S.C. 23.
misappropriation of public funds.
Go ahead, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
Legal stuff, I'm not an attorney,
That's all right,
so I
that's all right.
don't understand
Yes,
what you're
ma'am.
saying. So,
As a
what is
for-profit and gain corporation established with an employment identification number,
Okay.
right? And since you forced, contract
Not
against,
you guys, not you guys, but the state attorney's office, same building.
our
I don't know about the
right,
Hinduism
forced
thing. I have no
contract,
idea.
Well, we're going to need the employment identification number of the clerk in order to correct the tax records for his copyright. Refusal or failure to do so will be looking.
I don't
will
know
be,
much outside.
construed
Like,
as
I know Abrahamic religions because of obviously YouTube and the TBR stuff, but I'm not very familiar with non-Abrahamic religions.
misappropriation of public funds, embezzlement, obstruction, and non-compliance of Title 26/26 CFR.
Again, that's all legal mumbo
Yes,
jumbo.
ma'am.
I'm
Yes,
not an
ma'am.
attorney, so it doesn't mean.
Well, right now, the clerk on this
Is being put on
No,
notice. That's
yeah,
all
she's-
this is,
Okay.
ma'am. It's just to put
she's
you guys, to
evading
let you know it's
taxes.
not your fault.
She's evading taxes.
Okay.
And those taxes have to be reported. Now, the IRS is going to want to know where the funds are located.
And why the oath of office in violation of that insurance bond was violated under Title 18 U.S.C. 23 and on Canon number 7. When a judge or a police officer violates the oath of office, they're no longer immune and punishable as any other criminal.
Okay.
All right,
So,
hold- not to interrupt.
Go ahead,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
That's all right.
Let me see if I can get somebody out here that
Thank
can
you.
talk to you.
There you
because
go. That's
I have
all right.
no idea
Bless your heart.
Of what it is that you're talking about or what it is you're requesting.
Thank
or
you.
Where to send you to get the information that you want.
Somebody that actually is doing
Yeah,
it. Thank you.
a decent-
Thank you.
It's lunchtime, so I don't know.
I
if
know.
can find
That's all
anything.
right. I know I'm
So,
catching
but
you
I'll
guys.
go-
They found someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. Obviously, no one knows what they're talking about because they're talking nonsense. But they're talking to someone who doesn't know legal things. And I don't really either. I've picked up a couple bullshit things from watching these videos and, like, looking up what they're doing that makes no sense. But, like, if someone like this walked up to me and I worked at a court and they started speaking in what sounded like legal language, I also might think they were legit. I would have no idea. I don't have legal training. So,
I'll go see if I can look.
Your name is?
My name's Patty.
Thank you,
And
Patty.
you're looking for the clerk's tax ID number? Is that
yes,
what
you
you're
have
doing?
one. Everyone has
Or
one.
the,
And if I show
the
you-
legal analyst, whoever your legal analyst is that defends you guys if something comes up wrong or violates it, there's just someone that can look at this real quick, if you would.
Okay, well, our clerk's attorney isn't here. He's only here on Thursdays.
Okay, then we're probably going to have to come back on a Thursday and present them with that.
Let me go see if I can talk to somebody now.
Yeah. You should be having one already filled out over the counter. You should have
Well,
one.
but
They gotta ask their boss, though. Their boss will have to clear that because it's
If you
illegal.
guys can do me a favor, if you guys can take a seat out in the lobby.
Sure will.
That's where we've been.
Thank you,
Okay, and
Daddy.
then
Thank
I'll
you.
be back in just a moment.
Appreciate your time.
What am I reading? Bears want printed signs. They're gonna pay us.
We got a copy of
Because we
organized
have
crime.
11 judges already going to prison to call twice a week to beg, please don't prosecute it. We have one already in prison. Sovereign
Doubt.
citizen can't have a sovereign. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. You can't be a Christian Satanist. You know? People in America, America's like the dumbest group of people on the face of the planet. Everybody in the world knows more about our law, more about our history, more about our rights, more about our stuff than anybody else there. They're all walking around stupid in an age of knowledge. You're walking around not knowing the difference between legal and lawful. Child support, sedition, racketeering, capital felony treason. No law whatsoever. You don't want to...
Wrong. Part 2. I assume this is when the person shows up.
have that dark, airy place.
Here's another lie. Is driving a right or a privilege?
You turn my right into a privilege, I submit a bill of lading, a bill of attainder, a commercial lien, an affidavit of truth, and a statement of facts. And pretty soon you don't have a judge. You have a criminal in prison wearing orange because he didn't honor his oath of office under Title 18, U.S.C.
Right.
2381, Canon number 7. When you violate your oath of office, you're a criminal.
And we proved it every time, and we win
Feminist
every one of our
Pod
cases.
says, every time he says capital felony
And that's why we
treason,
can
part of
do
me
like this.
dies
We take
inside.
every courtroom.
That's the
We
secret.
send
I've
bills in
been
every
dead
day.
inside for
11
years.
judges in prison,
Just let it
300 children
happen.
back from DCF and haven't
Makes this
lost
a
a
lot
case.
easier.
Why am I still standing? Waiting for my Fennekin Schaefer moment. Come on.
Yep.
There's a lot of us, don't worry. We're tired of the sedition and racket.
I'm gonna try and get to where they're talking to someone again.
Nice to meet you.
So what kind of information are we looking for? We're looking for a tax ID number.
Yes,
Told
we
me that
need-
was one.
We need an employee identification number.
Okay.
The state tried to get us to force into a contract, so we're giving them that contract.
Okay, so we need a tax ID number, and what other information did you need from us? And of course, I don't have it, but I can certainly try to find it for
we
you.
can start off on this,
Okay.
and for David Ray Bass's case, we're going to need the corrected tax forms for this with appropriate.
I have no idea who that is. I'm
You
sorry.
can pull up his case.
He's a patient of the Bears Law and Forensic Science team. The state picked up the charges against him, which is against the law. So now they bought themselves into a contract by picking up those charges. And we have like one every single case. We don't
Well,
So what-
right now, right, the state is hoarding credit without David Ray Bass's prior knowledge or consent. He is the original sponsor of this credit, and someone has to pay the taxes for the case. So since we have right of master over David, as well as power of attorney over his copyright, we're going to have to go ahead and correct the tax records for the case.
Copyright has nothing to do with your taxes. What are you talking about? Because you have power of attorney over his copyright, you think you have the power to procure tax records for him. That means nothing. What are you talking about? Copyright is like when you're able to own an intellectual property, your copyright. Like if I make a movie, I have the copyright to that movie. Or if I write a book, I have the copyright. Your taxes have nothing to do with your copyright.
And if
I don't know
if the-
anything about tax records
Right.
because we're just
Well,
the criminal
if the-
department here. So you know.
I understand
I'm
that,
glad
but if the
because
clerk of court, refuses or obstructs, to correct the tax records, allow us to correct the tax records, she will be looking at a 39. You can write this down: a 3949A suspicious activity form.
What do you want though? You want corrected tax?
We need to correct the tax records for the case
For David Ray Bays.
via 1099A and 1099 OID. 1099A and 1099 OID.
Oh,
OID.
for, what was his name?
David.
Ray Bays, B-A-Y-S, correct.
B-A-Y-S?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's one, that's two.
And we would like the clerk of court, I believe, what's her name? What's
Paula.
Paula?
Miss
We want
O'Neill.
to ask
O'Neill.
her permission that with her refusal to provide this W-9 tax form, okay, that she agrees that a 3949A.
That's this,
No,
tax
no,
ID.
this is different.
Oh, W-9.
3949A form.
This isn't how filing court documents works, by the way. I guess I kind of
3949A.
jumped over that. Didn't say Decker Warwick with 100 bits says, you can tell that they were really after by all the talk of taxes and bills. They don't give a shit about getting this guy off for what he did. Yeah, they just want the judge's taxes. You don't go into court and say, we have legal standing, give us this thing we're asking for. You file documents in the court. If you're looking for a specific document from someone, then there is paperwork within the court that you can file. You can file motions for things. You do that without interacting with anyone necessarily. You might literally, like, go up to a counter and be like, here you go. And then you walk away, and then it just gets dealt with internally within the court. You don't have conversations with the receptionists to try and get records. You file motions for these things, and usually that involves digitally these days. It used to be by mail, but you used to file your court things, put them in the mail, and they'd go to an official court mailbox, and then they'd be, you know, looked through. Nowadays, you can file a lot of this stuff digitally. So, if you want someone's tax records pursuant to some legal claim, then you need to fill out a specific claim with a format that the court recognizes, file it in the correct place, and then await a response from the court. You do not go and show up at the court and go, we demand this record. We believe this law was broken. Give us this record. That's insane. That's not how this works. You're bound to get arrested if you do that shit.
To the IRS. And a FinCEN, that's F-I-N-C-E-N.
C-E-N?
101 to the Treasury. And both, if you can, write this verbatim, both would detail misappropriation of public funds, public funds, public funds, embezzlement,
I'm just gonna know how
it's
badly I
EM.
spell.
Yeah, it's EM.
I'm just gonna know how badly I spell, and she's like a...
Just an E right there.
Oh, EM,
yeah.
okay.
Embezzlement, obstruction, and non-compliance. Of Title 26.
I gotta fix something real quick. You'll still be able to hear this. You just won't be able to see it.
CFR, tax filings. And now it would be, if you could write up here, W-9 tax ID form, W-9. Okay.
W-9 turned in.
Thank you.
And then I need a contact, if you can give it to me, or you
Rhonda?
could contact us back either way, whatever.
Okay.
So when they get the information to
we
you,
need,
who to
we
give
need
it to?
Ronnie Lee Davis, post office box, 1650, Polk City.
Polk City, where's that? Over by Lakeland? Or?
Yeah.
We don't use zip codes. We actually have a zip code exemption. I believe it's T2DMA. I gotta make sure of this. I believe. No, I have it.
Is the idea of sovereign citizen movement just to try and scare courts into letting them do whatever? Not quite. Sovereign citizens believe that they are sovereign entities, and the government does not apply to them. I don't think these people actually self-describe the label of sovereign citizen, the people we're looking at particularly right here, but they follow a lot of the same sort of cargo cult legal mumbo-jumbo that means nothing. So I think it falls into this category.
Put zip code, I'm sorry, cross that out. Put zip code, exempt, DMS, M, space, A, 1, period, 0, period, 1, D2, or 2D, I'm sorry, 1, 2D. Okay.
Okay. And did,
On the phone number, you have the phone number?
873-874-4065.
Okay.
okay. Well, we have a gentleman who does all our public records requests, so I will give this to him.
And if you would,
And
over
then-
top of it, would you write the Bears Law and Forensic Science Group? That way.
The Bears, the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Law and Forensic Science Group.
Memeing with sovereign citizens.
Science team.
Yep.
Okay.
And is it possible you can look up David Ray's case and put the case number on here? And
Yeah, let me have somebody because
are you
I'm not
are
logged
you
on
able
up
to
front.
also draw a certified copy for us for
A certified copy of what?
W-9 tax form, so we can show that you've received it?
I can do a copy and put our timestamp
Yes,
on it
please.
if that's all right.
Thank you.
Other people that they know their job well and they do. Because when you walk into other people, know it's a big cluster. When some of them are honoring the oath of office, they're just decent creatures helping. Like I'm a decent creature helping somebody else.
Trying to figure out what it is you're trying.
Again, this man was prosecuted for... The original charge was kidnapping, but they got it down to a misdemeanor, I think. I don't know if he's still in prison, but he held someone against their will.
Trying to figure
Thank
out.
God for good people caring.
Armed kidnapping, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
They pleaded it down, though.
Today's November 1st, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so there I've got that so that we received, and you need Mr.
David,
Bay's
yeah, the case number.
case number. Let me
Yeah.
go find somebody
Thank you.
who's got the computer out.
All right. Thank you for professionalism in your work.
Okay.
I can't believe this clerk has given them the documents that they requested. Goes to show, you go somewhere with confidence. Con men are called con men for a reason. You act confident and ask for something like it's okay for you to do it, you can get it. Just saying.
I'll let him know if they file over this to contact us, or we'll cut a losses real quick.
Just tell them they'll buy into a contract. Say, I think Congress wanted.
Or was that just the one that they were submitting to the court for no reason? My bad.
Already got it on here.
Yeah, it's empty. It's just a request form. You're right.
You see what happens at Standing Rock.
It's only going to get better and better.
Love that. Messing with the wrong people. And they just ain't afraid. Good shit. Some people need a whole lot of
I've
legal
got a
law.
listing of his case number, I'll just attach it to it.
Which one's the one that's still valid and open? There should only be one is valid and open.
This one looks like he's incarcerated on that one.
It's
Okay.
marked.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Last thing, can
Hey,
you file
Bill.
this W-9 for his case?
Her boss
Yeah.
might have to, or a legal analyst.
Well, they'll have to fill it out first. So, I
Yes.
mean, we've got
Okay.
this, and they have copies of the form anyway.
All right.
So, I will give them Okay. Anything else that I can,
You have a
that you
copy
can
of
think
that,
of, or
right?
yeah?
Yeah, this is ours.
Nope, that should be on.
You have a
Okay.
W-9 tax form.
Yep, I got it in here. Yeah, and they have copies of the form itself
Yeah, I know,
anyway.
but we have to show that we provided one.
Yeah,
appreciate
That,
your
well, that
time.
I clock dated that for you, so that should do.
Thank
Yep.
you.
All right?
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Have a good day.
Thank you
Nice
for
to
being
meet you.
Nice to meet
professional.
you.
Nice to meet
enforcing the
you.
law today.
Take
Thank
care
you.
of yourself.
Thank you. You too.
That way, straight.
That girl asked me to give her.
She's already. She took off, bro. She took off a bit some time ago. She stood back behind of us and ended up getting the phone number.
I know this legal guy for new adults is hilarious. It really is.
I have never seen a state prosecutor.
Hey, Bear. We got one behind.
Alright, we'll wait.
Now say that again. Say that again, because that was luscious.
Never in my life have I seen a state prosecutor jump so damn fast to get off of a case. But see, that's what happens when you're committing capital felony treason under Title 18, USC 2381, and Canon number 7. You have no immunity when you violate your oath of office. This makes you punishable like any other criminal, whether you're a police officer, a judge, AT.
Honestly, if I was a judge and I saw some crazy sovereign citizen weirdos, I would want to get the fuck off that case too. Oh no, this is from some website that's like a sovereign citizen thing. Oh no. Secret Clinton EPA plan for 50-cent gas tax hike. Oh my god. These people. Be diligent to investigate and expose the truth for yourself and thereby present yourself in the public servants who are fiduciaries and stewards under the Constitution, approved to God, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word. Oh my god. And they have spinning red pills. Holy crap. Yoink. Saved.
TF, DEA, whatever you are, all the acronyms. You're not immune if you violate your oath of office under Title 18 USC 2381. There are 11 judges in prison. 2 are begging not to go because out of CPS, DHR, CPS, if you do not take that child with damages confirmed, your ass will go to prison no matter who you are with no immunity. As soon as you violate that oath of office and insurance bond, you are no longer immune. And that means I get to put your punk ass in jail. Peace.
Nuts. They're so nuts.